Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving into a very special comparison between two of the most important modern warships of the Philippine Navy, the BRP Jose Rizal and the BRP Antonio Luna. These two ships represent the new era of naval power for the Philippines, and they are not just ships, but symbols of progress, modernization, and the country's determination to protect its waters in the 21st century. When we talk about the Philippine Navy in the past, many people would think of outdated ships, second-hand vessels, and limited capabilities. But now things are changing. The arrival of these two guided missile frigates, built in South Korea by Hyundai Heavy Industries, has elevated the Philippine Navy into a new class of naval warfare. They are sleek, modern, and armed with advanced weapons, and while they share many similarities, they also have some unique differences that make them fascinating to compare. The BRP Jose Rizal, with hull number FF-150, was the first of the two frigates to join the Philippine Navy. Commissioned in July 2020, she is named after the country's national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, a man who symbolizes bravery, intelligence, and sacrifice for the nation's freedom. On the other hand, BRP Antonio Luna, with hull number 5151, followed in February 2021. She is named after General Antonio Luna, a fiery, fearless, and brilliant commander during the Philippine-American War. The symbolism of their names alone shows how important these ships are. One represents the intellectual and moral strength of the Filipino people, and the other represents courage, discipline, and fierce patriotism. Together, these ships form the core of the Philippine Navy's modern fleet. Both ships are based on the HDF 2600 design, a derivative of South Korea's Incheon-class frigates, but they have been customized to meet the requirements of the Philippine Navy. They are multi-role guided missile frigates capable of anti-air, anti-surface, and anti-submarine warfare, and they also perform escort duties, maritime patrols, and even humanitarian assistance when needed. In terms of design, they are very similar. They have a length of around 107 meters, a beam of 14 meters, and a displacement of approximately 2,600 tons. They can reach speeds of up to 25 knots and have a range of 4,500 nautical miles at cruising speed, making them perfect for patrolling the vast Philippine waters. Both ships can carry about 110 officers and crew, and they are equipped with advanced radar, sensors, and combat systems. When it comes to weapons, both frigates carry a primary gun at the bow, the 76M Oto Malara Super Rapid Gun, which is capable of engaging surface, air, and even limited missile threats. They are also armed with 30 secondary guns, torpedo launchers for anti-submarine warfare, and they have provisions for surface-to-air and surface-to-surface missiles. Initially, both ships were delivered in what is often called a fitted for, but not with condition, meaning that while the platforms and systems were ready, not all the advanced missile systems were installed at the start. However, the Philippine Navy has been working on upgrades to integrate missile systems like the Korean-made Sea-Star surface-to-surface missiles and potential surface-to-air missile systems to give the ships true multi-role combat capabilities. The BRP Jose Rizal, as the lead ship, had the honor of setting the tone for the Philippine Navy's modernization. She participated in the Rim of the Pacific Exercise, or RIMPAC, in Hawaii in 2020, shortly after being commissioned. This was a huge milestone because it was the first time the Philippines sent such an advanced warship to the world's largest naval exercise. Despite being new, BRP Jose Rizal performed admirably, proving the capability of the ship and the crew in international waters alongside some of the most powerful navies in the world, including the United States, Japan, and Australia. This immediately elevated the profile of the Philippine Navy and showed that the country is serious about its maritime defense. The BRP Antonio Luna, meanwhile, entered service a few months later and quickly became an equally important asset. While she did not debut in RIMPAC, she made her mark by participating in different naval exercises, patrols, and joint operations with allies. The ship carries some improved systems compared to her sister, including better electronic countermeasures and enhanced sensors. This makes Antonio Luna slightly more advanced in terms of electronics, which is crucial in modern naval warfare where detection, tracking, and jamming can often decide the outcome of battles even before weapons are fired. Comparing the two, BRP Jose Rizal is significant because she paved the way and proved that the Philippine Navy could operate a modern guided missile frigate on the global stage. She is like the elder sister who takes the first step into the unknown. BRP Antonio Luna, on the other hand, benefits from the lessons learned from Jose Rizal's early service. The crew, the systems, and even the minor adjustments in design made Antonio Luna an even more refined ship when she was commissioned. If we look at it in simple terms, Jose Rizal is the pioneer, while Antonio Luna is the improved follow-up. Both ships are equally vital, but together they create a pair that gives the Philippine Navy credibility and flexibility in defending its maritime interests. The names of the ships also add a deeper layer of meaning. Jose Rizal represents the intellectual fight for independence, while Antonio Luna represents the military fight. In a way, the two ships symbolize a balance of mind and strength, strategy and force. For the Philippine Navy, these are not just tools of war, but also national symbols that carry the pride of the Filipino people. Whenever these ships sail, they remind everyone of the country's heroes and the sacrifices made for freedom. Now, let's talk about their operational capabilities. Both ships can carry a naval helicopter, such as the A-159 Wildcat, which extends their range in anti-submarine warfare, search and rescue, and maritime patrols. The helicopter deck and hangar make them true multi-role vessels, allowing them to operate independently for longer durations at sea. They also have modern command and control systems, allowing seamless coordination with other naval and air assets. The combat management system is one of the most important aspects, and both ships are equipped with the Hanwha Systems Naval Shield Integrated Combat Management System, which ties together sensors, weapons, and communications into one coherent picture for the commanders. The radar systems on both ships are advanced for the Philippine Navy, with 3D air search radars capable of detecting multiple targets at long ranges. This gives the frigates a situational awareness that older ships in the Navy never had. For a country like the Philippines, which faces challenges in the South China Sea, having ships that can detect, track, and respond to threats from aircraft, ships, and submarines is critical. In terms of survivability, both ships are designed with stealth features. Their hull and superstructure have clean lines to reduce radar cross-section, making them harder to detect by enemy radars. They also have systems to reduce their infrared signature and noise levels, making them less vulnerable to heat-seeking and acoustic detection. In modern naval combat, being harder to detect is just as important as having powerful weapons. Because if the enemy cannot target you effectively, you already have a big advantage. Where BRP Jose Rizal and BRP Antonio Luna truly shine is in their role as the most modern combatants in the Philippine Navy. Before their arrival, the Navy's most capable ships were older ex-US or ex-South Korean vessels that lacked missile systems and modern electronics. The two frigates represent the transition into a Navy that can defend territorial waters, contribute to international missions, and stand shoulder to shoulder with allies. The comparison between them is not about which one is better, but about how they complement each other. In a battle group, having two ships of the same class means they can operate in tandem, supporting each other's weaknesses and doubling their strength. For example, one can focus on anti-submarine warfare, while the other focuses on anti-air defense, depending on the mission. This flexibility allows the Philippine Navy to maximize its limited resources while still presenting a credible defense. Looking ahead, the Philippine Navy has plans to acquire more ships of similar or even greater capability. But BRP Jose Rizal and BRP Antonio Luna will always be remembered as the first modern missile frigates of the Philippines. They are pioneers that open the door for future modernization. Every exercise, every patrol, every mission they carry out helps train Filipino sailors, test new doctrines, and prepare the Navy for a more complex future. When we imagine them sailing together in Philippine waters, it is a powerful sight. Two modern gray warships cutting through the waves, carrying the names of two of the country's greatest heroes. It is not just a display of steel and firepower, but also a statement of sovereignty and pride. Whether they are escorting vessels, patrolling disputed waters, or showing the flag in foreign ports, they carry the hopes of the nation. And while they are very similar, the subtle differences are interesting. Jose Rizal is the leader, the trailblazer. Antonio Luna is the refined, improved sibling, slightly more advanced in electronics. Together they are stronger than they could ever be alone. This dual strength is essential for a Navy that faces real challenges in the modern world. The future may bring more upgrades, more missile systems, more advanced sensors, and even more frigates to join them. But the story of BRP Jose Rizal and BRP Antonio Luna will always hold a special place in the history of the Philippine Navy. They are not just ships. They are a promise of a stronger, prouder, and more capable maritime defense.